Hey, you guys. Okay, let's talk messaging. Messaging with your network marketing is extremely important, in my opinion. As somebody who is at the top of a company and has a strong, sustainable business, I will tell you that I got to where I am from messaging and teaching that to the people on my team. And I want to differentiate between the idea of cold messaging versus reach out messages. Cold messaging is icky. Cold messaging is sending a generic copy and paste message to somebody that maybe you don't know, you haven't talked to in a long time, that says, "Hey, Joe Schmo, do you want to come and buy Plexus from me?" That is a cold message. There's no relationship building in there. There's no seeing Joe Schmo. It is all about you reaching your goal and making some money off of Joe Schmo. That is a cold message. And that is something that we as a team do not promote at all, because that's becoming that girl. That's what gives network marketing, or one of the things that gives network marketing, a bad name. So how can you have a strong business that you're proud of, where you're not getting in people's inboxes and walking away feeling icky? Here's how. Make it about them. So here are a few tips, because I am very passionate about getting in people's inboxes. Because here's the thing. With social selling, there are so many of us out there. There's so many people who are selling some sort of product, some sort of good on social media. So to me, that's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure for me to stand out amongst the thousands, so people will want to come and buy my stuff because of my social media. And here's the thing. When I started my Plexus business, I started because I wanted time freedom. I did not want to be working 24/7. Another big thing was I did not want to be on my phone all of the time. That was extremely important to me. And so if you are only operating out of social and hoping that your post, your stories will intrigue people enough that they're going to come and reach out to you, I'm sure that works great for some people, but that is not something that I want or that I teach my team to do, because I feel like there are a lot of problems that can come from that, with comparison, with burnout, with looking from side to side and not really taking control of the things that you can control. This is just kind of throwing it up by chance, hoping that people will come to you. Now, social media is a great way to add credibility to your messages. So if I send a message to Esther and talk to her about how I just think she's amazing and I think she would be so good at this business and it's changed everything for our family and I would love to do this with her. And then she sees in a couple days, I share a post about something similar, about, a trip that we earned, or the benefit of the business, or how the products, which is probably not compliant, so don't use this as an example, but how the products paid for, or the business paid for our groceries that week, whatever, that serves as credibility to what I'm sending to Esther. Does that make sense? So here's some ways that you can send out messages that are impactful, that stand out, and that touch people's heart. When they open up your message, they aren't feeling like, oh, this is icky. Here she is. Here's another person asking me to do Plexus. Because I had a lot of people do that with me before I started. And I'll tell you, I ignored every single one of them. But the people who messaged me personally and talked about me and my character and my heart and how they saw that this could be a really great avenue for me and my family, then I responded to them. I still said no, but I had an open conversation with those people. And so I think that is extremely important when you are starting to send out messages. So here's some tips. When you are sitting down to send out some messages, tip one, I recommend that you make a list. And we hear this all the time. You hear the different acronyms, maybe Frank's list, maybe your Hot 20, maybe your list of 64, whichever system you want to go with. I just encourage you to make a list of people that you think would be amazing with this business, that you would love to work side by side with, that you would love to be in Mexico with, that you think have such strong purpose and passion, and they have such great influence because they're kind people and they're hard workers and they light up a room when they walk in. Write out those people's names, because those are going to be like your dream teamers for sure. Because if you feel that way about them, then I guarantee you other people feel that way about them. And if they haven't reached out to them yet, they will be. So write out your list of people, because in social media, you have hundreds to thousands of people, and it's easy to become overwhelmed. It's easy to be like, let people fall through the cracks. But if you have a list of people that you really, really think would be amazing, then that's where you're going to focus. For me, I'm a woman of prayer, so I will just pray over that list. Lord, I pray that if this is something that could bless their family, that they'll open up their hearts and their ears to me, that you'll give me the courage to send them a message, give me words to say that will bless them, and that, that will help them to understand what this could be for them and their family. Also release my attachment and making sure that my worth is not found in what I do with Plexus, but in serving other people and loving you. So that's what I would do there. So your list, pray over that list, and then that's going to be your group of people that you're focusing on. Like making sure that you're sending out birthday messages, not just on their wall, but like send them a birthday message. Don't say anything about Plexus, send them a birthday message, make it about them. Connect with them in their stories, connect with them on their posts, ask them questions. Those are all connections that will bless you and bless them and deepen your friendship. Then what I would like for you to do also is, before you sit down to send out your messages to those people, I encourage you to do some sort of belief building. Go and watch a Because of Plexus video. Go and read a couple of testimonials. Pray over your work time, but ask the Lord to give you belief. Do something to build that belief, so that way you have a strong belief before you message these people. Because here's the thing, most likely they will say no at the beginning. They may even ignore you. Most people don't immediately say, hey, yeah, I'm totally interested. That's like abnormal. So you have to be in the mindset space of, if they ignore, or if they say no, or if they say, I'm not really that kind of girl, like, you have this strong belief that what you're doing matters and has changed people's lives. And if it's not Esther's time right now to come and do Plexus with you, that's okay, because you know that there are other people out there who need it, but you also are really proud of yourself because you planted that seed and you shared with Esther what this could be for her, what this could be for her family. So build that belief. Then when you sit down to message her, think about, it doesn't need to be perfectly polished. It does not need to sound like, Emily Gibson or Tamara Holloway or Emily Burgess. It doesn't need to sound like anybody but you. Make it come from your heart. Think about the attributes about them that you love and tell them. Tell them, I love so much that you light up a room when you walk in there. I love that people trust you. I love that you are joyful, that you are positive, that you are always out to help people. And because of those attributes, I think you'd be amazing at this business. Would you ever be open to having a conversation with me about it? So to me, a message like that is not icky. That is not a cold message. That is a reach out invitation. Hey, Esther, I have something that I believe could really bless you and your family, and I think you'd be amazing at this. Would you be open to hearing more about it? Doesn't that feel so much better than the icky, hey, Esther, do you want to have some of my Plexus products? Do you want to come and take some of my Plexus products? I want to earn these cowboy boots, and I just need one more person to buy for me. Would you be open to buying for me? Like, that's icky. Don't go that route. Make it about others. And here's the thing, it's probably going to take you longer, but it's going to feel real good. And you're going to be growing in those messages. You're going to be growing in those relationships. And so also, like, if Esther comes back and says, no, I don't want to do that, you don't have to immediately like, oh, okay, I'm sorry that I asked you. You can be like, hey, totally understand if it's not the right time for you. I still think you'd be amazing. Tell me about that trip up to the mountains last weekend. I want to hear, where did you guys go? Because Chris and I are really looking into taking our girls up to the mountains. Like, continue that conversation, continue to build that relationship. And I'm passionate about that because that's my story. That's what happened with my sponsor. My sponsor asked me for 4 years to come and do Plexus with her. And I said no, or I ignored her for 4 years. But she built a relationship with me, an intentional relationship with me. She poured into me, told me why she believed that I would do well with this. So my belief was already built when it was my time to say yes. So that's why I'm so passionate about it. Get into people's inboxes, send them invitations. You don't need to be icky or salesy. Don't be icky or salesy. Make it about them, and you're going to feel so much better. You're going to have more control over your business, and it's going to be really, really good. It's going to create a sustainable business for you and for your team. I hope this helps.